Hello everyone, welcome to the Abbots address. Today, what is today? Friday, April 22nd. Ooh, you know what that is? It's the full moon. It's the full moon. And so what that means, because it's the full moon, that means that I'm going to be doing my renewal of commitments stuff tonight. Yeah, like I talked about in the last address. That private ceremony that I do, the ritual that I do where I reconnect with the Sangha covenant. I reconnect with my commitments there, and I reconnect with my commitments as a Jukai holding person, someone who's received the precepts. I review that and reconnect with that. And then also, in my case, the Shoken covenant that I have with the formal students in the community, review those commitments. My priestly ones, stuff as a teacher, stuff as an abbot. So I invite you all to join me. I'm going to wait until the sun's down and the moon's got its go. And, somewhere along in here, this is the night that I do it. So I invite you to join and try. And, I'd be curious to hear from you how it goes. Maybe we can turn this into something that people know about and do. And here is Ella. Ella doesn't have to renew any commitments. She holds them all perfectly. Look at that. You perfect Ella, yes you are. Oh, but then there's Dizzy. He does a good job too. It's all good. So renewing of commitments. Try it out tonight and see. Now, announcements. No, not announcements, a question. There was a question. Somebody asked if I could chat a little bit about Jukai and how it was for me to take Jukai. And so I'd like to do that a little bit. Honestly, it's been a long time. It's hard for me to remember entirely how it was. I think it was surprising for me. Yeah, we think it was surprising because I didn't grow up in Toledo at the time. There was no Buddhist temple of Toledo. There was no exposure to these kinds of things to speak of. I think in high school I might have had a world religion class that did something that mentioned things a little bit. There were some books that I had mentioned that I'd found, but actually for real, you know what I mean? Like actually for real becoming a Buddhist, that was something kind of different. So it was surprising, but it was true. Surprising but true. Yeah, that's how it was. And I was a student of Zen for quite some time before I actually took the precepts and became Buddhist. They were not the same thing. They're not the same thing. But I had already been going to sesshin and been doing retreat and practicing pretty vigorously. But I did not yet make the switch over into actually taking the precepts. And then it just became, for me, it became kind of obvious at a certain point, almost like I couldn't deny it anymore. And of course, I didn't really know for sure. I only just knew what my heart was telling me, what my gut was telling me, what my head was telling me, and that this all was congruent. And I think it was honestly a part of my own sort of, plunge into adulthood and, choosing a path for myself, honestly and clearly and with good reason. And, I think I've picked pretty well. It's something I still choose every day. In fact, I'll be re-choosing it again tonight. So I know some people that when they come into encountering the Dharma, it's immediately obvious. And for a lot of us, it's not immediately obvious. It takes a while for things to make sense and cohere and seem right. And either way is fine, including never deciding that the precepts are something you need to do. It's all okay. But for me, it became clear. And by the time I went through and actually had the Rakusu sewn and began to sit and practice with the Buddha's robe, then it was really clear that was the right fit, the right thing, the right way for me. And so, I offer you the chance. Once a year, we do this. If it's something that you're interested in exploring, I'd invite you to seriously consider that this is the time to do it for you. It may not be, but it may be. And honestly, you won't completely know. It'd be very strange to completely know. You couldn't really completely know. It's more a matter of the heart and the matter of the intuition. So I'd encourage you to explore and to investigate. But, you know, go ahead and take the plunge. People can always get into the retreat process and decide, you know, this isn't the right fit, and that's happened, and that's fine. There's something kind of inevitable and obvious about it, really. Kind of ancient, familiar in a way. So, yeah, that's about what I have to say. In terms of announcements, I'd like to say that tomorrow, let me get my date thing up here so I know I'm right. Yeah, tomorrow there's a Jukai gathering at the temple at 1 o'clock. Those are for folks that have already received the precepts. They gather and do things on a monthly basis to renew and reconnect. So if you've already received Jukai, you can show up at 1 and practice. And then at 6:30 tomorrow, which is Saturday the 23rd, there'll be the parenting class, the family fun night. And this is for the Sangha Council, the Sangha Support Council. If you've got kids and like that, you can bring them, and they'll have board games and activities and fun things to do. And then I will do teaching with all the parents that's specifically about the Dharma and practice and how it intersects with being a parent and working with family and, you know, little creatures that need your care and stuff like that. Okay, so that's tomorrow at 6:30. And then Sunday we have our 9:30 a.m. Buddhist Studies class, Sutra service at 11, orientation at 10:30 in between there, and I think that's it, which is plenty. Okay, thank you everybody. Say goodbye, Ella. See you later. Bye.